Hey everybody, Spencer Jones here with Jones In to Get Fit and our live cooking show. You are here in my kitchen, believe it or not, as we make another awesome recipe. Let me share this up here really quickly with a couple folks, and so we'll be able to rock and roll. Let's see here. We'll share it there, and that'll be good. We'll share it in one spot, then I'll share it in some more later. As I'm sharing it up, or as I shared it up, please, I ask you very kindly to go share it with your friends and family. Share it on your wall, on Facebook, any groups that you have. Please share this cooking show. I do this all for you to help you stay healthy and fit and eating well. Well, today I'm pumped. I'm really excited to bring you this recipe. I'm bringing it to you a little bit later. We're starting this about a couple minutes late because I had to finish prepping it because it's a lot of fresh ingredients, but this is going to be amazing. I love it. I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing my Tail and Toads hoodie at the moment. Why? Because Tail and Toads mainly it's sun protection and all that stuff, but they also fish for redfish a lot. Now we're not cooking with redfish, but that got me thinking saltwater. Saltwater has me thinking shrimp. Shrimp has me thinking an amazing seafood dish of shrimp and quinoa. It's going to be amazing with peppers and onions and garlic, and it's going to be truly something you're just going to have to make one of these days here. I found this recipe at Well Plated, same as last week's recipe. I've really grown to like that blog. A lot of healthy recipes. You can check out their site, and I'm doing my own take on it. So I followed it, and like I do with a lot of my recipes, I change it up, I mix it up. Shocker, I know, right? It's kind of like measuring. Meh, it's just a suggestion. So I'm mixing it up here a little bit and seeing what we can do just in the camera for us. So this recipe is a take on that. It's a Jones In to Get Fit style of shrimp quinoa. All right, let's check out the ingredients you need to make this beautiful and succulent dish. It's gonna make you go, mwah, it's so beautiful. Okay, first, you're gonna need a pot. About that size, it depends on what you make, but a regular size pot, boom, with a lid that fits. That lid does not fit. I'm gonna need to get a lid that fits. Where it went, I don't know. I'll find it. All right. I suggest broccoli. You don't necessarily need these extra ingredients, but I love them. So we have broccoli. We have half of a red pepper, a half of a yellow pepper cut up, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 medium-sized onion chopped up. We have about 2.5 cups of broth, just a little bit less than that, of chicken broth. Now, you could use beef broth, vegetable broth, anything you like. Get the low sodium. This is homemade stuff, so it's not necessarily low sodium, but it's homemade, so it's better, right? Yeah. Okay. You're gonna need quinoa. I have organic quinoa in the back there. You see that? You're also gonna need chili powder. I don't know if you can see it. Whoop, chili powder right there. You're also gonna need cayenne pepper. Beautiful stuff. Oil of some type. I like grapeseed oil. And then there's some shrimp. Look at those suckers. What? These are deveined, detailed shrimp. That's what took me so long, is I had to prep those suckers. So, it's getting that stuff set, so we're ready to rock and roll. Where's that lid? Here it is. Hold on. I think I found it. Boom. There we go. Perfect. A lid that fits. That's what you need for the quinoa. Okay. Now, let's get this recipe started here. First, turn on your stove. We're going to turn the front one. We're going to turn it on about a medium heat. Let that pan heat up really quickly and get it warming up here. Oh no, I already chopped up and diced up the peppers and the onions and got them set aside. I'll tell you, a valuable tip for cooking, whether you're cooking for yourself or your family, prep it, right? If you can cut it beforehand and put it in a bowl of any type, plate, it's gonna make that process so much faster and easier. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but it is well worth it. Well worth it. Okay. Oh, God, I love coffee. Okay. So, we got our pan heating up. We're going to add a little bit of oil. Now, again, I'm using grapeseed oil, just what I like. With fish, or, shrimp, it's a fish. Shrimp, fish, anything like that, you can use a olive oil. Try to stay away from the extra virgin olive oil, because that's more for not the heating up aspect of life. But that works. But watch out, it has a lower smoking point temp, so you can't raise it up too hot, so you just gotta be careful. The grapeseed oil kind of gives you a little more leeway, right? So it's really good for meats and chicken, turkey, things like that, because you can ramp up the heat a little more without any worry about it smoking and burning and doing all that stuff. I just use it because I like it, and I like having that, you know, as Gordon Ramsay says, a get out of jail free card with it. Now, I just put enough in there to cover the bottom of the pan. That's all I did. It was probably maybe a tablespoon at best, maybe. Put it in there. Now it's heating up. It's doing really good. Remember, anytime you throw anything in the pan, you want that sizzle, that tss. So first thing we're going to add is our onion. Chopped up onion. Now it's about a medium-sized onion chopped up. That's kind of hard to see there. What? So we're going to toss it in. Let's see if we hear the sizzle. Hold on. It's good. I could have waited a little longer, but it's okay. I heard it a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it. I got the heat on medium, just to make sure it's right there. Grab my spoon. Got a wooden spoon today for part of this. So our onions added in. We're also going to add in our 2 cloves of garlic. Garlic is minced up here. As you can see, minced up garlic. So, poof, throw that right in there. Now that's why prepping these things make it so much easier. If you're adding it and then cutting and adding, cutting and adding, it's not going to work out nearly as smooth for you and your whole cooking bench here. Let me put these in the sink. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's cooking up here. We're going to stir it and make sure that it's getting nice and brown. Now I'm mixing up this process a little bit from what you saw on the blog. If you check out Well Plated blog, I'm mixing it up to fit what we do. So again, all that's in there, we're going to let that become translucent just for about a minute or two, nothing crazy, and we're going to throw our shrimp in. Now our shrimp, you could use any shrimp you want. If you like pre-cooked shrimp, awesome, use that. If you want the regular, non-cooked shrimp, go for it. Any size you want really works. You just got to watch the temp time and how long you're cooking it. These are more larger size shrimp that I'm using, picked up fresh today, at least from up here in Wisconsin, so who knows really how fresh they are. If you're one of my friends that live on a coast somewhere, whether Florida or Louisiana or anywhere really, there's shrimp, this is an awesome recipe. You can go catch these in the morning or whenever you want to catch them, and then make this for dinner. Wow, you can't beat that kind of freshness here. Plus I cut myself when I was prepping. I'm bleeding a little bit. Oh no, not more blood. Oh well, adds a little bit of extra something there for us. Okay, so we have that deveined. Now, if you have never done these before, really easy to do. You can split the back. I don't know if you can see that on there. Back is split kind of like a V shape. And then you just rip off for the tailing. If you've never done it, just take it, you pull down, pull it off, pinch the tail, and pinch and pull as you go off on the tail part. Pops right off. For the deveining in the center, I'm not sure I do it the best way, but the way I do it is I will, thanks Spencer, is I will take a knife, cut right in the center, right by the vein, and then I just pull it out, and then devein. Boom, you're set to rock and roll. Okay, I'm going to ramp up the heat now to about a medium-high. Probably should have had it there from the beginning, but that's all right. All right, now I'm going to add the shrimp in. It's all good. We're going to make this happen. Shrimp is added in. We're going to mix in all that flavor with the onions, with the garlic. And now I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder, right? That's chili powder there. So you're going to add that. Now, probably about a half teaspoon's worth. If you watch any of my other cooking shows, you know I don't measure. So I do a little bit of that. And then I do a splash, a sprinkle of cayenne, because I like a little punch with it. Boom. One more for good luck, because I like a little kick. Just a little bit. Then we're going to mix it all in. Now you're not going to take these out until the shrimp turn pink. As soon as they turn pink, you pull them out, and then we're going to continue on with our recipe here and make sure we are set to rock and roll. Okay, so we got that. We chopped up everything else. Now let me tell you about something fun. As these suckers here are cooking, it's going to be about 3-4 minutes for these guys to get all cooked up. Turn up on high, so we're really cooking them well. Very exciting thing happening up in a couple days. Actually, in 3 days, Thursday, I'm leaving Wisconsin here and heading down to Pompano Beach in Florida to fish the Sailfish Smackdown. That's right, I'm headed with my buddy Israel Dunn and I and my brother-in-law Chris Jones. We're heading down there to fish and compete in this tournament. It's going to be amazing. Going after sailfish out of our kayaks. Holy cow, incredible. Jones to Get Fit is sponsoring us along with a ton of other sponsors. We got Jackson Kayaks, Yak Angler, Rutabaga, Paddle Sports. We got Bending Branches, Tail and Toads. Who else? Manly Rods, Shorebound Hero, obviously. Jones to Get Fit sponsoring us, and all that good stuff. If you want to check out, the best part is, who cares about these sponsors? Why do you care about them, I should say? Is because they're helping me bring you live videos. So, you might be stuck up here in the frozen tundra, although I will say, it's going to be like 50s this weekend, so it really won't be that cold. But, we're going down there. We're going to take you with us. So join me through live videos. You can check it out by subscribing to our Jones to Get Fit YouTube page. Those are in the comments below, or links are right there. You can check that out. And follow me and like me on my personal page on Facebook, and you can get all the action there, because that's where we are going live, right there. Okay. Our shrimp is starting to churn already, just a little bit longer. Now here comes the hardest part. You're going to have to pull the shrimp out. You could have done this without the garlic and without the onions in there, but I added them specifically for the reason of really getting the taste infused in the shrimp. So again, you don't have to add them in beforehand. I do, so you can really get that infused flavor of it. So let me grab a plate here, because we're going to pull them out here in a second. Okay. So a lot of fun stuff happening this weekend. As far as next week's show, we're heading back on Monday from Florida, so I am not positive. I'll tell you, I might be back in time for a show, I might not be, but there is going to be a show. I will be posting up either a repeated show, but hopefully I'll be able to record one before I leave, and we'll get you another live cooking show. It's just going to be pre-recorded. Sorry, just can't do that one live, but there will be a show for you to watch. Don't worry about that. There will be one. Okay. Our shrimp is cooking really well. Where's my spoon? Didn't mean to have my back turned to you. Let's show you what this looks like first before I pull them out, so you see what I'm talking about. Now, if you remember what the shrimp looked like beforehand, they were pretty gray. Now you can see they're getting to be very pinkish, a little orange, and beautiful. Okay, so we're going to pull these suckers out and try to get as little onions out as possible. I don't want the onions, I just want the shrimp. Okay. Can't believe I cut myself, that stinks. Oh well, it happens, right? So I grabbed about a ½ pound of shrimp for Katie and I. Now that's kind of a lot, but you use whatever and however much you want. Just kind of think about with the recipe, how, once you see how it's all made, how much really fits you and the serving size that works for you. Katie and I, we like our shrimp. Usually for her and I, we try to go between 8 to 10 pieces each. This might be a little bit more. That's what they look like when they're all out. I don't know if you can see that. What? Tasty shrimp right there. All right, trick is not to eat them before the recipe's done. Okay, our onions and garlic are becoming translucent. We're getting ready to rock and roll. We're going to add the other layers. Before I do though, it's getting warm in this kitchen for a hoodie. Sorry. So I've been having a little bit of a chill lately, don't know why. So I got a long sleeve on, as opposed to my normal ones, representing Yak Angler. Boom, helping out our show. Go check them out, yakangler.com. While you're at it, check out jonesandgetfit.com. Okay, I'm turning this back down to about a medium heat. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to add our chicken broth. Now again, I have about 2½ cups worth of chicken broth here. You could use vegetable broth, beef broth, something like that. Works just fine. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to add that. We're going to actually keep it on high. I lied. So we get it to be a boil. And then we're going to add our quinoa. Now our quinoa, we have it. The ratio goes 2 to 1. So 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. In this case, we're using chicken broth. Now, if you're smart and you listened, you heard that I had about 2.5. There's a reason why, because we're going to be popping off the cover and adding some more things in there. So we might want to make sure that these things get cooked all the way through. Now I'm stirring in the quinoa. Let me show you what this looks like really quick. And it's going to be amazing. Amazing. Check it out. So that's what it looks like. It's just onion, garlic, and the quinoa. Now, quinoa takes roughly about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. We're going to cover that sucker like that. And you're going to bring it to a boil and then a simmer. So if you keep it on that simmer for those 15 minutes, you can check the quinoa as you go along. Now, what I'm going to do with the rest of these ingredients is, we already got that, so I can cover that. I'm going to add a little bit more cayenne, just like one splash, one little dash of that. Yeah, you counted. There was 2 there. I lied. And then just a little bit more chili pepper, or chili powder. Boom. And we got that going. And it's going to all boil and get into that quinoa. Now, I have a coworker that doesn't like quinoa. It's crazy, I know, right? But she doesn't like quinoa. Totally cool. And that's fine. If you don't like quinoa or you just don't have it at home, you can improvise. You can use rice for this. Totally cool. Get some long brown rice. That would be amazing as well. So you got brown rice. You could use white rice, whatever you have. Obviously the whole grain rice, the darker grains are going to be better than the white rice and things like that. Quinoa, amazing, packed with protein, awesome. Just antioxidants, everything's in there. It's so amazing. If you have quinoa, go for it. You will not be, I don't think you'll be displeased with it. It'll be truly amazing. All right, so we're letting this thing come up to a boil, and then we're just gonna let it go for about 10 to 15. Check it until it's about the consistency you like, of soft to crunchier. About 8-10 minutes in it, we're gonna add our peppers. Peppers are more finely diced. We're gonna add those to it. And as we add the peppers, I'm going to chop up the broccoli. So you know what? Let's bring you over here as I chop up the broccoli. That'll be a good spot to throw you. A little bit right there. Does that look like a good spot? Hey world, how are you? Crazy. Okay, so we're going to chop up some broccoli here. I got a head of broccoli. I already used some of it up. Just cut off the head. And make sure we're sharp. Let's go for it. Probably why I cut myself earlier, because I have a sharp knife, but it's okay. And I'm just chopping it up. Now you can chop it into trees. I'm gonna do mine a little finer so it fits a little bit more bite size, and actually mini bite size. So we got like lots of mini trees. It's a mini forest we're creating. Perfect. We're getting set to rock and roll. Okay, so let me show you what this consistency looks like. Now the fun part is getting that in the pan as it's cooking. That's kind of fun. Let me show you the consistency that we're looking at. All right, or the thickness. So it's nothing too big, all right? And our center's there. It's nothing crazy. So, not too bad. You can see, I don't know if you can see in there, it's kind of hard. Let me turn off the light, see that helps. Whoa. You can see that's boiling a little bit. What? Don't lift the lid, it's not good for it. Does shrimp make good sailfish bait, Randall? Great question. I would imagine it does. Usually you use goggle eyes. I've heard pinfish being used. But shrimp could make a good sailfish bait. Yeah, have fun with this. As I was mentioning, if you weren't a fan of quinoa, right? If you're not a fan of that kind of stuff, or, just that kind of carb, you could use rice, other things like that. But if you're not a fan of shrimp, some people just aren't a fan of it, and that's okay. You can do the exact same recipe with chicken, with turkey. I wouldn't use ground beef or anything like that, but you could, I suppose. I wouldn't. I'd stick it with the lighter meats like chicken, like turkey. Get a chicken breast, turkey breast, and cut it up and cube it up, and then make it just like you did with the shrimp. Take it out, then make the rest of it, and then add it in. You're going to see it's going to be very colorful stir fry by the time we're all done with this. Cool. Half of this is just waiting. Really, it's not too bad of a process. It's just a little bit of the waiting, and waiting, and waiting some more. So as we're doing this, let me let you know and invite you. Let me invite all of you to join me, Spencer Jones, to get healthy and fit. I have a fitness group running. Right now it's all anglers, and we're busting it. We're bringing it every day for 21 days. We're in our 3rd week now, and we're getting healthy, we're getting fit, we're losing weight, we're feeling happy, getting stronger, getting healthier. That's what life is about, right? Getting healthier, getting fit. And if that's something you're interested in, you got these healthy recipes now by watching my show. If you want more, if you want to get healthy and fit, hit me up, message me, comment, do anything you like. To get a hold of me, go to jonesandtogetfit.com. You can email me there, you can check out what I'm all about, and do all that good stuff. And yeah, you can check out all that good stuff. And I can help you get healthy, get fit, and be happy. Happier. You're probably happy already. Let's get happier, get healthier, happier. It's all good. Alright. So it's been not quite long enough, but you know what? We're going to help speed up the show here for you a little bit. Now, I'm not going to add the shrimp in to the very last second. And as a matter of fact, because I'm cutting this just a little bit short so we don't have a crazy long episode here, I'm going to throw in our peppers. But I'm going to wait for the broccoli until right before I throw in the shrimp. I'm going to throw in the broccoli right before all the water's gone in or the broth is gone in the pan. Once the broth is gone, right, that the quinoa sucked it up and used it and expanded it and got softened. Then I'm going to add, right before that, I'm going to add the broccoli, stir it in, wait about a minute or two, tops, probably like a minute, and then I'm going to throw the shrimp in, reheat that, and I'll take a picture and show you how I finish it off, and that'll be in the comments below of this Facebook video. If you're watching this on YouTube, go back and check out and like Jones and to Get Fit on Facebook, and you can check out, just search it, and you will see what we're doing. So we got it boiling here pretty good. We're dropping our red pepper. Get that sucker in there. We're going to just drop that in here so we get all of it. I don't want to keep it open too long since we don't want the moisture boiling out of it. That's one of the big things. But I'm going to stir it all in. There we go. Nice. And now, all those ingredients, all the tastiness, flavors of the onions, the garlic, the peppers, the shrimp that got cooked in there, the cayenne, the chili pepper, all that, all blending and getting together and making just this mouth-watering dinner for you. So we're going to let it go. We're going to let it boil and simmer, a high simmer, a very low boil. Let that happen and let the quinoa suck up the broth that we have in there. Again, right before the broth is done, right before it's all gone, I'm going to throw in the broccoli and stir that in for about a minute. Just recover it, just stir it in, cover it, leave it for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to add the shrimp in, stir it, leave it, and then make sure it's set to go. Taste your quinoa, make sure it's done. If you're using rice, check that, and all that good stuff. And this is how you make a shrimp quinoa. It is going to be truly amazing. I wish I could show you all. This takes a little bit longer. Been a little bit longer start. I was hoping we can get to this part in the show, but I just can't. If you have any questions or concerns, we can extend the show too. If you have any questions, concerns, or you want to see me cook something, put it in the comments below. I'd love to know. I love challenges. So if you're like, hey Spencer, make me a healthy, breakfast food. Put it in the comments. I'd love to be challenged, and we'll see what we can do. Or you have this thing is the most unhealthiest thing that my grandma makes, but is so amazing. I want to make it for my kids, but I want it to be healthy. How do you do that? Make one. I challenge you, Spencer, to make one. Put it in the comments. Email me. Love it. You can email me at jonesintogetfit@gmail.com. That's one way to hook up with me. You can message me through Facebook, anything like that. Go to jonesintogetfit.com. You can check out my blog. I have a blog there. That whole bunch of fitness articles that get published every Wednesday. You can like our weekly, so you get those articles right in your inbox for free. Booyah! And also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page so you get the latest drops, especially now that I'm going down on the Sailfish Smackdown. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. So that's all this weekend. Make sure you tune in and you're ready for that show. All right, how are we looking here? Oh, I need a little bit more time. It's getting pretty thick. It smells pretty amazing. I stir it occasionally just to make sure it doesn't stick. And I'm just really picky like that. I don't know if you're the same way. I'm like, I don't want to wait. I just want to stir it and see what it's like. I just want to know. I just want to know what it's like. That's all. That's all I want to do is see what it's like. So that's it. Yeah, that's how we make it. We got, hey, Israel, no worries about being late. I'm glad you're here. We just made shrimp quinoa. We're rocking and rolling with it. It's taking a little bit longer. We had a little bit longer start to the beginning of the show, but that's all good. We're having fun making it. You know, we're wasting time here to let the quinoa suck up all the chicken broth. But here, really quick rundown for everybody. If you came in late, or you're watching this later and you're like, I'm so bored right now, I'm zooming up ahead, and you're like, bam, bam, here it is. Here's what you need for it. You need shrimp. You could use chicken, you could use turkey, chop it up, cube it up, do that good stuff. We're using shrimp because it's amazing. Okay, shrimp. You need quinoa. Makes sense, right? Okay, so you need 1 cup quinoa, you need 2.5-ish, a little bit more, I'd say, of chicken broth. The reason I add a little bit more is because we're adding some extra ingredients and it'll run drier faster, especially with how much we're lifting it. I like to add a little bit more liquid in there. So about 2.5 cups of chicken broth. You can use vegetable broth, stuff like that in there. Peppers, I have half a red pepper, half a yellow pepper. We got a 1 medium onion and 2 cloves of garlic. All right, threw it in there. Well, we heated up the pan with a little bit of grapeseed oil. When we put the onions, the garlic in there, just let that cook just till we started getting fragrant. And then I threw the shrimp in. And those were in there for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, till they got nice and pink and orange. And then I took them out. Yay, it's all good, right? Took them out, and then I put in the quinoa. And the broth, heated it all up. Now it's letting it simmer and letting that quinoa soak up the broth. If you don't like quinoa, try rice of some type. Brown rice is an awesome choice in my opinion. And as that was cooking, we chopped up our broccoli, which we're going to add just in a little bit when the water's almost done. It can almost be a gumbo if you really wanted it to be, but we don't want it. We don't want a gumbo. And so we're going to add the broccoli, and then right as it's done, right as all the liquid's gone, we're going to add our shrimp back into it. Now, you could use pre-cooked shrimp. That's totally fine. If that's your cup of tea, it's just not mine. But that is okay if that's what you like. Okay, it's cooking. It's reducing down pretty good. Let me show you what it looks like here. Hey, David, thanks for joining us here. Let me show you what it looks like. So you can see it's getting a lot thicker than what it was before. But there's still water in there, as you can tell. That's going to boil off pretty quickly here. So let me, I'm going to move you over here. Get you to another side view. See if we can angle you down right here. Boom! Check that out. And you don't have to check out my ugly mug, like that's even better. Oh, just kidding, there I am. Alright, now you get to see me spill this all over. Aren't you so lucky? Okay, see, this is why I add a little bit extra, because we do crazy stuff like this. Alright, now I'm taking this, and I'm going to try not making a mess. But you know what? This is probably, I hope this is kind of how it is in your house. You're like, we're just going to try it. And we're going to try not to make a huge mess. And guess what you do? You end up making a huge mess. I'm sorry if you couldn't see that. I probably had the board angled weird. Still figuring it out, or stirring it in. Now, can you see that consistency? Does the light help? It makes it worse, doesn't it? All right. So now it's starting to get pretty thick. Now look how colorful this quinoa is with red peppers, yellow peppers. Excuse me. Woo. That was gross. All right, here we go. Cooking up. I sneeze into my elbow. Does that count? More like my shoulder. So it's not in the food, so we're good, right? David, looks good. Thanks, man. I'm hoping. All right, we'll keep you right there. Now, we got all that brewing in there. We're going to add our cooked shrimp. The shrimp, again, was cooked in the onions and garlic. And we're set to rock and roll. And look at that. You put this in a bowl, and here's what I do. I do is just a little bit of special something here. Let me show you. I will put this in a bowl, and then I will grate some specialty cheese. Just a little bit. Remember, cheese is a seasoning. It's not an ingredient, it's a seasoning. So we got Montemore cheese, and what I'm going to do is I am going to just take a little bit of it and grate it over our chicken or our shrimp quinoa when it's in the bowl. All right, let me taste this quinoa here. See what it's like. Let me grab a spoon. I didn't come prepared for the tasting. What's wrong with me? A lot. Don't answer that. It's soft. bursting of flavor. Oh my gosh, this stuff's incredible. You need to try this. And for those of my friends living on the coast, I used as fresh shrimp as I could up here in Wisconsin. For my friends who live on the coast, come on, it's in your backyard. Go get some. Go catch some shrimp in the day and go make this at night. Amaze your family. Easy, takes a little bit of time, but totally worth it. Easy peasy, delicious. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Make sure you tune in to my homepage, Spencer Jones, on Facebook, and check out jonesintogetfit.com and our YouTube page on Jones and to Get Fit on YouTube. Right? Check us out. The links are actually right here in the copy, so check that out, and be sure to subscribe, because then you will catch all of this crazy sailfish action that Israel and I and Chris and I are heading out to this weekend. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day. Go be fit. Go be healthy. Hit me up if you want help or advice. Again, rock on. I can't wait to dive into dinner. I'll take a picture, put it in the comments. See y'all later.